Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Polly. So today I want to talk about eyeshadows, my favorite eyeshadows, Drugstore. Majority is naturals and nudes. That's my favorite. But these are the ones that I would definitely recommend, and I love them all. And there's one that I really wouldn't recommend. And I really wanted to talk about it because everybody seems to love it besides me. So all right, but let's start with the good. Okay, so let's begin kind of with the basics. Everybody's talking about these palettes, and I agree, they're wonderful. So the first one is from Maybelline New York, the Nudes of New York. I love this palette. It's awesome. So again, bunch of nudes. They're great pigmentation, easy to blend, buildable, but it's not a heavy pigment that you have to sit and blend forever. And for kind of similar, not the same pigmentation, but very similar is actually the e.l.f. The one that I have is the new classic, the classics, this one. And I love it. And I love the little, I can step out of my nudes, but this is as far as I usually step out. Sometimes I'm really brave, but most times I kind of stick to that. I do have a few color pops. So again, nudes, sorry. So Double Entendre, I just picked it up even though it's been one of their best sellers for so long, and I have a lot of color pop. But I was like, I don't need another nude. And then I saw it and I was like, fine, I definitely need this nude. And it's gorgeous. I actually love the fact that it's one of their older ones because they don't have any pressed glitter in this palette. And you have cool, you have warm, you have neutrals, and I absolutely love this palette. It is stunning. Same goes with Whatever. It's more on the burgundies and the kind of cranberries. It's a bit more warm tone. And yeah, there is pressed glitter here, which is this one, but it's okay. It's only one. It's okay. It's not like I have anything specific against. I kind of do. I mean, it's pretty on the eye, but you don't need more than one in a palette. Let's just say that way, in my opinion. That's about it. And by the way, yes, I'm trying different rooms. So this was my old room to do the videos. And then I kind of revamped the entire room and I completed my dream of having my personal jungle. Now, I live in Arizona. It's really hard to maintain a jungle that isn't cacti and like succulent. And I don't like cacti, it's succulent. I just don't like that. I don't like beige. I don't like dry. I like tropical. So I kind of created my own. We had a few casualties. It's very sad, but I kind of expected that. My husband went through some stress in the beginning because I am not somebody known for their green thumb, let's say it that way. Everything I ever owned died, and died quick. But hey, it's been quite a while since I had all these plants, and not only are they not dying, but they're flourishing and thriving. There's a bunch of new growth, and it's been going great. And I love it. Like, this is my room to study. This is Mama's room that now it's covered with toys, but it looked great for a moment there. All right, next color pop. This one is Going Coconuts. I love this palette. No wonder people are raving about. First of all, it comes with a mirror, a really good mirror, and it's a steady kind of palette, so it doesn't go back and forth. And it's a really good quality mirror. I mean, these eyeshadows are stunning. I mean, I love a good new natural or cool tone eyeshadows. So that's awesome. Now moving on to BH. I mean, I don't know, like, I'm thinking what other kind of drugstore lines out there that I like their palettes, but there really isn't. I find that majority of them are not very good quality, or they'll say it's good for the price, which I don't like that statement because it doesn't tell me if it's good. You know, I just want something that is good regardless to the price. I mean, yes, I like myself a good deal or, you know, drugstore, but I don't shop drugstore for the price. I still want something good. That makes sense. And I'm not sure where to look. Like, I don't know. I'm a little confused. It's okay. But this one is, I got a few from BH because they had like 70% sale. So these ones I got for like under $10. So I don't feel bad about that. So the first one, this one is Desert Oasis. It's not a new palette, and I heard about it a lot. And then I decided to pick it up, and I am very, very happy that I did. It is beautiful. Like, it looks really weird on camera in my opinion, but the shimmers, first of all, are stunning. They're just stunning. And you have color. You have those blues, and cactus is kind of like that shift blue, marine, brown kind of tone. It is beautiful. You can use them for highlights or eyeshadows. Even all of this side, this can be just eyeshadows. And they're just beautiful. Let me just swatch you a few, kind of some of the blues. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Dang. And this blue, oh, I mean, that's the kind of the shifty one. And that's like one of the gold ones. And I mean, they just look so beautiful on the eye. And for like the mattes, because no one ever really swatches mattes for some reason, but the mattes are super buttery, very pigmented, easy to blend. So this is just the perfect kind of natural, neutral, very shimmery palette, but I love it. It's really, 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 really good quality. Honestly, BH Cosmetics is kind of a surprising company for me. Not very surprising, but it's just really, really good. And they have sale on their website all the time. So you can get all of their palettes always, at most times, under $10. And they're really, really good. The other ones that I have there, I mean, they're still in the neutral, natural, but they have a little extra. So this one is Barcelona. And again, it has these pops of colors, some blue, some kind of more warm tones, some glitter, but you still have a lot of like natural bases. And I really love it. Same thing, just beautiful pigmentation and everything, just really good quality. And this is Switzerland. I love Switzerland. I love these greens. These are the kind of greens I can work with. This orange is beautiful. This is like, it's a green, but it's a cool, swampy green. It's, if I kind of give you both greens, so that's that swampy green, and that's the more olive khaki army green. But it's beautiful. And these cranberries, I mean, same thing. And there's a black. I love this palette. All right, moving on. So next one, so I depotted it because I didn't like the package it came in. But, oh, it's not even this one. Oh, never mind. Oh. So the other brand that comes to mind is Morphe. I do not like their palettes. I don't like their shadows. There's definitely hit and miss. So I had a few of their palettes. Some I just kind of decluttered and gave to friends. And the other ones I depotted. Some of them I just really liked, or they're just really unique shades. So I'm willing to work with them if I am looking for that kind of shade versus going ahead and buying that shade, because since I already have it. But in general, I wouldn't go for Morphe for eyeshadows. I love their brushes and their tools, and that's kind of it for Morphe. I think they're really highly overrated. Now, single eyeshadows. I love single eyeshadows. My favorite format in singles is going to be kind of the cream ones. Now, I'm going to start with the one that I really, really don't like. And it's actually the Maybelline Color Tattoo. Everybody loves this one, especially Where's that shade? Is it this one? No, this is actually the good one. Yeah, it's this one. Oof, I really don't like this. So all of their shimmery ones, this one, which color is this one? Front Runner. Every time I buy them, they're already dried out. You can kind of see how it's like, yeah. You have to really dig in there to get anything. And it's not like there is no pigment or it's not shiny and pretty. It looks nice, doesn't it? But on my eyelids, it creates a peculiar texture on my skin, and it's very uncomplimentary. So unless you have just perfectly tight, I don't know, 12-year-old lids, I don't really see how this can work for everybody. Maybe for some, but for me, definitely not. The only one that I really do like from that line is, found one that is actually matte. It's just called VIP, and it's more of a peach tone, and it's a matte formula, and this one is so creamy. You don't have to dig. It is incredibly creamy. I don't know if you can tell. And I love it on its own or as a base. It's just, this one I really like, and it's the only one that I liked from them. And I had a few, decluttered them a long time ago. But the ones that I love that are in that format are actually from Revlon. I'm not big on Revlon L'Oreal. I have a few of their products, definitely, but in general, as a brand, they're not like my go-tos. But these are everything. First of all, it comes with a little brush, and this brush works. It helps. It makes a difference. It's not just there to be like, you know, just there. No, like it helps, and it applies it beautifully if you want, or you can go with your finger. They don't dry. Look at this. Every single pod that I have looks like this. Nothing is cracky or dry. It's so buttery and smooth. So this color is 735 Pistachio. Again, I'm kind of on a hunt for good greens that I can work with, but look at this one. It's beautiful on its own, or with like some nudes in the corner. You know me and my nudes. It's just beautiful. This one is kind of like a purpley 740. Look at that. It's just so beautiful, and they're very creamy. They don't crease. They just stay in place. They're buildable, and they don't get textury when you build them up. This one is 710 Caramel. Oh, this is stunning. Just, I don't know, I get excited when it's like, oh, look at that. I mean, oh my God. That on over the lid with a red lip like what I have right now, which by the way, it's MAC. It's the Retro Liquid, Retro Matte, something. I don't know. I was on a hunt for a good red lip, so I got a few, and that's one of them. So I'm testing it out. I like it. Next one is 720 Chocolate. This more of a matte. I love it as well. It's so nice. Just one eyeshadow look, and they blend. So if it's a matte, right, you kind of want to blend it. Look at that. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. And last one, 715 in Espresso. So Espresso is a bit more cool tone. Has a bit of a sheen, but it comes off a little bit more in the satin and not shimmery, in my opinion. You see? And same thing, when you blend it, it's just so beautiful. Such a beautiful, gorgeous, natural look. If you're kind of on the rush, or you during the day or work-wise, you're just looking for something, just, you know, there's nothing faster than finger painting. I call these kind of like finger painting. It's bulletproof. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to smudge because they do set down, but they're not as dry as the Maybelline ones. They're gonna, so this, the golden one, that's, I just kept it to show it today in this video because it's going to the trash right now. I don't want it in my life. I hate it. It's a disappointment. So the Revlon, right? Keep confusing Revlon, L'Oreal. Revlon. Wow. If something doesn't wow me, I don't want to tell you about it. I mean, I have a lot of things that I really love and enjoy, But for me to recommend, it means like this is better. This is really good. Like you're really going to enjoy this. And very rarely am I wrong. Regarding to makeup at least, you know. All right, another one. So this is by Sephora brand. I was in Sephora just a couple of days ago, first time after like what, a year. But I picked up two of their single eyeshadows. Oh, I should have brought, you know. Okay, I'm gonna show you this one, then I'm gonna go and get the palette that I got. Why is it so difficult to open these little guys? So this is a single. I got another one, Twinkle Twinkle, which is like a pretty topper, but this one is, ooh, this one was just stunning. Shooting Star. It is just, look at that. I mean, just gonna put it right there. Look at that. It is shimmery, glittery, reflective, warm, neutral. I don't know, like new, I don't know. It's just, when I swatched this, I was like, oh my God, I made the right decision. All right, and I'll show you the palette because I need to show you the palette. That palette blew my mind. It's a $10 little palette from Sephora, by Sephora. Blew my mind. I want more because it's damn. Well, kind of continuing with the whole little pot. So obviously ColourPop, and all of their eyeshadows are fantastic. I want to show you a few that I would be definitely go and get it. A lot of them are very kind of, you know, similar to what you will have in a palette. I mean, not necessarily, but I mean, they're all stunning. But the ones that really stand out to me, those are the ones I'm going to tell you about. These are nice. These are nice. Yeah, that's okay. So I don't know. I'm not sure because they keep discontinuing like different colors. So this one is Frog. I'm not sure if they still have it. So it's more like a glitter, this one. I don't know, where do I have room here? It's like a nice topper. Love. It's super pretty. This one is Cheap Date. Very goldeny. Like, I love gold. There's nothing, my favorite is brown and gold. There's nothing better than that. I mean, look at that. That's just gorgeous. I love my beautiful eyeshadows. And then we have Cosmic Charge. Cosmic Charge is, I know, I don't really clean my fingers all that much, I know. But it's like, after I swatch, there's nothing on them. That. Isn't that beautiful arm right now? I mean, I'm just like, I don't even want to wash it. And do I have Cosmic Charge twice? Of course I do. Happens quite a lot. This one is Moonwalk. Ooh, this is gorgeous. So this is the latest that I picked up. So again, me and my greens. So when you look at it, you see it kind of looks really green, and then it's a shifting kind of color. It's just, yeah. So where do I have room? Right here, right? So like this, right? It kind of looks one tone, and then I turn, it's like a green and a gold and a brown. This is beautiful. I love those shifting tones, especially when they do have pigment and it's more than just a topper. Well, I guess somebody's going to be getting a nice little Cosmic Charge because I don't need two. And this one is just really fun, very spring, summer, 6 a.m. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Especially colors that I don't use a lot, or if I do, it's going to be, I know this is a lid tone for me. This is not a crease color for me. This is for me all over the lid. And those ones, if I want to shimmer, I usually use my finger either way. It doesn't matter if it's a powder or this format. Usually it's going to be with the finger. So these ones are just kind of more easy and creamy, and they stay put. So I kind of like going for those automatically. I mean, 6 a.m. Do I need to say more? Just saying. All right, I'm gonna get that little Sephora palette. Okay, I'm back. So I'm gonna show you more than just the Sephora. I just remembered. So obviously the little elves, yeah, they're great. And the ones that I'm talking about are these. So I have a few, pretty much majority of them. The ones that really stand out to me that I would say, like if you're thinking to try, which one should you go for? Honestly, these two. So this one is Truffles. It's more of like that cool tone, but you can really kind of play with it. Like these ones are just very natural or neutral, however you want to call them, or you can smoke it out. I just really like this little palette. It looks beautiful on the eyes. And then this one, the Hot Jalapeno, because the greens here are very unique, very wear friendly. They're green friendly. So for somebody who wants green or color, these ones are just very easy to, so I'm just gonna give you those three. They're just very easy to work and blend. They're definitely there, but they're not neon or overly pigmented. They're very, they're friendly, okay, for people who don't do color all the time, but really want to experiment with it, okay? So the Sephora. This is the Eye Story palette in fresh florals. Okay, I don't care about packagings, but this is just so cute. Like the little flowers, and it's on magnet. So that's super pretty. So you open it, looks like this. So I know like if you cover the yellow, it's like boring, right? But no, for me that's not, because these kind of shadows are what I go for. The brown, the kind of like rosy tones, gorgeous shimmers. These shimmers are phenomenal. And this yellow, that's why I got it, because I'm looking for a yellow that isn't neon, but it doesn't turn pukey, and it's pigmented, but not too, you know, like I'm looking for specific things when I do. But if I just kind of clean my hands somewhat and swatch, so I'll just give you the yellow and one of the shimmers and that kind of purple. So we can kind of go over here. Look at that. That's the shimmer and that's the yellow. They are incredibly easy to work with and blend. They stay put, they give you pigment, they're buildable, they work well together. Only $10, and you can do just like these tones and one of the highlights. This is a nice matte, by the way, so you can do a matte look, you can do with a kind of like more of a warm, or you can go more pinks. So you can really actually play with this palette for a natural look, and it's absolutely beautiful. Sephora, their entire brand, I love them. Their bronzers, their powders, concealers, lip products, eye products, eyeshadows, they're really, really good. There was actually this situation years ago. I went to Sephora and I wanted to check out the NARS Laguna, the Laguna bronzer. Everybody's talking, oh my god, it's like, I'm like, what is gonna like change my life? That I go in and I look at it and I swatch it, back in the day when you can swatch things, and I'm like, was it $38, something like that? And I'm like it's not like I don't buy things in Sephora or high-end, I do, but they need to be like something that really changes my makeup, something really different for me to spend that amount of money that I really cannot get in anywhere else. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, you're pretty. I get it. Like, I get it. I get it. I get it. But $38? I'm like, you're not that exciting. You're just a bronzer. And then I got to the Sephora section and I'm swatching their bronzers because they have matte and they have satin, all these colors. So I'm swatching compared to the Laguna and I'm finding like two shades that are pretty much identical. And I'm like, well, how do they play on the skin? You know, do they either pigmented, blendable, not patchy, don't turn gray? And I'm kind of staring at the swatches. And the girl that works there, she comes to me, she's like, oh, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, you know, like I'm kind of between, I don't know. She's like, well, you know, majority of all these brands are actually made in the same lab, including the Sephora actually is made in the same lab as NARS. She's like, she doesn't want to like just tell me, girl, it's the same, different packaging, different name. But she's like, you can go with either and they're going to do exactly the same. I'm like, sold. Sephora. Because again, like I don't care about packaging because a lot of the times I don't want to pay $30 just for the packaging of the product. It's just, don't care. As long as the packaging doesn't break easy, I'm good. Either way. So just a couple more that I really wanted to grab. So this is Ardell. I got it in Sally's Beauty. This is one of the best cool tone palettes that I've ever found. If you're looking for cool tone, but not gray and not overly brown cool tone, this is the grayish. You know what I'm saying? It's the grayish. So, and it's so pigmented and so buildable. It's just, it is absolutely beautiful. Just gonna give you a few horrible swatches here. You're welcome. But really, they just look beautiful on the eye and it's very pigmented. Like it's just the right amount of pigment. It's just beautiful. One of my favorites. The one that was kind of, okay, so this is not originally an eyeshadow palette. This is from Bare Minerals. They have a contour palette, you know, the three ones. Bronzer, a highlight or a setting powder kind of thing, and a contour shade. I loved the quality, didn't really like it for the face as much. Hated the packaging, so bulky, you can't open it, it's just, so I potted it. And then I started using it as eyeshadows. If you are a very simple girl and you do not want palettes over palettes, and you really just stick to the same, and you don't need all of this, right? But you just kind of want like a warm and a cool, just keeping it basic and simple. So ignore this. This is a highlight and this is just a different shadow, but it's these three. I use them a lot. They are beautiful. Man, I have. Okay, so just kind of like the warm tones. Let me kind of swatch these ones, right? Kind of go over the cool tone again, just to kind of, so because it is supposed to be more of contour, it's this one right there. But when you put it in the crease, if you're looking to more, how to say it, create an eye look that is to contour your eye, to create a different shape, or kind of do the push and pull of the lids and the structure and really kind of change the angles of your eye. So usually you want to kind of use these kind of shades more versus something colorful. And this, beautiful. Love, 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 love. And last and not least, another e.l.f. These are the clay eyeshadows. They're tiny, they're cute. They have actually a really, really good mirror. Like, it's a good mirror. And again, nice and solid. So I have both of them. These are for a very natural look. No makeup kind of look. Or again, if you're going for a bold lip, like I personally either do eye or lip. Like I can't do both. Like I feel like I'm like a hooker. Like I can't do it. It's like it's too much. So kind of like the eye that I have today is it's the maximum that I'll ever do with a lip like this or something bright. But these are definitely kind of in that sphere, but you can build them up and they are stunning. And the clay is supposed to play on the fact that they're not going to move and you don't need a primer. I always use a primer. Either way, it's just kind of like a habit at this point. But they are just absolutely beautiful. This one is definitely my favorite. Very, very natural and neutral and nude. But there's just something about these tones that are so complementary. Again, if you're looking for neutral, kind of cool tone slightly, this is going to be your friend. This one, what's the name of it? Necessarily Nudes. There we go. It's just, I did a tutorial, I think, that I used this one back in the day. It was like a few months ago, that I actually thought I can do tutorials. Good for me. But I mean, you see what I'm saying? They're stunning. So this is just a few shimmers, and I really love this palette. And for some reason, this shade right here, it's a satin, and it's the most beautiful inner corner, because I like the inner corner, but it doesn't always have to be a highlight. It doesn't have to beam all the time. It just needs to brighten up this area. And this satin is just, I would like repurchase it just for that shade. And the fact that it's like $4 palette. So I would feel bad about it. Yeah. But that's it. I'm just kind of cleaning my hand with my skirt here. But I mean, look at these greens. Look at this one. Like even just this little section, maybe with this burgundy right here. I mean, how happy. And this yellow, like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that spring, summer. And all of this is like in between, and some fall and some winter. Just dang. Love this hand right now. Yeah, but that's it. I hope you guys like the room, by the way. My plants. If you have any questions about how to do plants in Arizona for a beginner, from a beginner, I can tell you some stuff from personal experience, what to buy, what not to buy, what to think about, what not to think about, and so forth, because I have tried a lot of different plants, pots, locations, feeding, repotting, depotting, and just, yeah, I tried a lot. Some worked, some didn't, some lessons were learned, and so forth. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do a little greenery video. I don't know if anyone cares, but I love my babies and they're growing so beautifully. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them. But that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. I hope I gave you some good ideas and recommendations for some more natural, neutral eye palettes. Well, that's it. Have a good one. Bye.